So here you can see this is DBT transformation flow diagram. Okay, so now we move to DBT, and I want you to pay very close attention here. So because DBT is the tool that is literally transforming how companies build data and pipelines. So let me give us a big picture first. Okay, here you can see in a modern data stack, so data come in raw. So here you can see it's going to be like a messy or inconsistent and the column names, wrong data types. So duplicate everywhere. Nobody wants to give the raw data to an executive. Okay. So you need to transform it. That is what DBT does. And DBT follows a very clear layered pattern. Look at this diagram. You can see four layers from left side. Okay, the cursor is not. Okay, from left, uh, four layers left to right. The raw, okay, and staging, okay, and intermediate and Mart. Okay. So raw, like you can say source. This is exactly what came into from your source systems, your ERP tables, your CRM tables, your EPA feeds, and you do not touch a raw data. So it is scared. You only read from it. So never write to it. And staging. So this is where DBT begins its work. So staging models. So rename column names, okay, and two constant naming conventions. They cast data types correctly, and they apply light cleaning. So one staging model for one source table, and simple rule, clean rule, and every staging model has automatic test like unique not null accepted. So running on it like uniqueness test and not null test, TPT runs these automatically every time you run the pipeline. And the third one, intermediate, you can see here. Okay, uh, this is where business logic lives. Okay, so joins, complex transformations, deduplication logic, so null handling, customer lifetime value calculation, so revenue attribution. So the heavy lifting happens here only. And so final, you can say like Mart, or you can call it gold. So this is your final beautiful business ready layer. So fact tables and dimension tables, exactly what your Power BI Tableau dashboard connects to clean and tested document. So now here is a part that so absolutely like blows people away. So DBT automatically generates documentation for every single model. Okay, so see, uh, we have in Snowflake, we don't have these things, so we have only in the DBT. So and when we go to the DBT, and we can see the visual lineage graph, okay, and which raw table fed which staging model, and which staging model fed which intermediate model, all the way to the final model. Simply, I have three tables: a raw table, raw orders, or raw customer, raw products, raw inventory, raw payment file. So here it's going to be clean, and here see I'm creating a hint customer orders. I'm joining orders and customers, and here production with some, and uh, this here we're going to okay giants, and here fact orders, dim customer, dim product dashboard id. Okay, so when I join in the customer orders, this is the model which we have joined these two tables. So how it comes when I running query, when I'm checking this model, so I need to know where it comes from, what is the source of this into customer orders, because of in this model we have customer and orders details both, right? So for that, we can see in the lineage graph. So can we see that source data, source schema data YML file here. Then it will show the like like raw orders and raw customers. Okay, and then again it give the lines to the int customer orders. Suppose if you have some other models, it give those lines also. Completely lineage graph. Okay, like that. Okay, and see which raw table fit like from where it comes from simply. Okay, so all the way to like up to way to the all the way to the final number. So an executive can look at a number of a dashboard and trace it all the way so back to the source system in one click. So this is called data lineage, and this is what companies are paying serious money for. And at the bottom of this slide, so look at the feature bar. Okay, so we have automate test. So this is lineage graph, these things, and incremental model snapshots. So Jinja macro and Git-based CI/CD continuous integration, continuous deployment. So this thing very important. Okay, must when you going to learn a Snowflake and DBT. So check the syllabus. It is having these concept or not. Git-based CI/CD, that is very important because of so simply not it's not easy to create CI/CDs. Okay, we need to know about project file. Okay, we need to set everything. So it won't handle everything. We need to schedule it properly. These things. Okay, and so automated test. These automated documentation, lineage graph, incremental models, snapshots for SCD Type 2, Jinja macros, Git-based CI/CD. So DBT is not a tool. DBT is a platform, and the companies that have the adapted it are not going back. Okay, and next we will slide. So see, DBT was traditional ETL. Okay, so now let me address the elephant in the room. So you might be thinking, so I already know Informatica, so I already know SSIS. Why do I need DBT? So look at this comparison. Okay, so traditional ETL tools that the ones like you already know, so cost 50 lakhs per year. So in licensing fees, but DBT code that open source version is completely free. Traditional ETL delivers data in hours because it uses batch processing, but DBT with Snowflake delivers data in minutes with near real-time capability. So traditional ETL no built-in testing, so you write custom test script. So maybe sometimes if someone has time, so DBT automated test run on every single model every time automatically. Then go to traditional ETL documentation. So is a Word document, so what it is a Word document that nobody updates. Okay, DBT auto generated always. Okay, current and visual lineage graph. Then traditional ETL. So one person owns the pipeline, they leave the company. So everything breaks, nobody knows what anything does. So DBT, every model is in the Git, every change is tracked, the entire team collaborates. So this is why industry is moving. This is not a trend. This is a permanent shift. The companies that have adapted DBT are not going back, and the professionals who knows DBT are getting hired fast. So the combination of Snowflake and DBT. So one I'm giving one more point. So in upcoming days, Snowflake plus Data Vault is a good combination. So present the projects are going in some other means companies. I can't give the name here. Okay. Next, go to next slide. Here you can see. This is slide 7. I think so. Traditional and ETL is public and modern way. Okay, okay. It is go to next. Like license at 50 lakhs, DVD code free and arrives hours, minutes, test, automated test, document, no documentation, documentation lineage graph, one person, Git based, it and ETL before loading, ELT load then transfer faster, no data lineage visibility, full lineage, CACD. So DevOps CACD requires this is not like and native CACD with full request and runs. This thing here, okay. So next go to slide another slide. Okay, uh, here you can see. Okay, so this is right. You can see. Okay, so now this is the moment I have been building towards. Okay, I'm going to walk you through a real pipeline, so not a toy example, so not a tutorial expense, an actual healthcare data pipeline that you will build into it in this program and follow this pipeline from left to right. Okay, right, 7 stages. This is 7 stages. So the here you can see we have CSV files coming from the source data. We CSV file coming into from a US healthcare ERP system. So patient records and I diagnose no codes, insurance claims, real data, sensitive data. So millions of rows every day. Okay. So stage two here S3. Those CSV files land in S3 bucket. We have configured IAM policies, storage integration, and SQS simple queue service event notification that moment a file lands or it is fires an event. Okay, then stage 3 snow pipe. So the SQS simple keep server event triggers here snow pipe. Okay, you can call my laptop. Okay, not here. Where we are. So the like simple picture event that snow pipe that SKS event triggers snow pipe automatically. Snow pipe runs on a copy into command and loads the new data into a staging table in the Snowflake within a second. So no manual trigger, no cron jobs, automatic. So stage 4, staging tables in Snowflake. So the raw CSV data is now in Snowflake raw zone. Okay, and a Snowflake stream. Okay, is watching this table. Okay, the raw CSV data is now in Snowflake's raw zone. A Snowflake stream is watching this table. Every insert, update, and delete is being tracked. So a Snowflake task runs every 15 minutes. It reads the stream, picks up only the new changes, and makes them into the clean staging layer. Okay, where is my cursor? So this CDC change data capture without any external tools. So stage 5, you can see. So stage 5. So now DBT kicks in this DBT models, transform the staging data. So staging models, so clean and rename intermediate models, jail, patient and demographics with diagnosis codes, with incidence records and Mart models, and create the final factor and diagnosis. And while this runs, DBT is executing test unique patient IDs. So not on diagnosis codes, valid data range, any failed pipeline stops. You get notified, data quality is protected automatically. Okay, remember. So then go to Mart and gold layer. So this is a beautiful, clean fact and dimension tables. So fact claims, dim patients, dim providers, dim diagnosis. So ready for consumption. So next, see the stage 7. So Power BI Tableau comes to the those Snowflake Mart layer. Executives see real-time patients analytics, claims processing metrics, provided performance dashboards, everything they need, all automated, all tests and documented. Okay. So that is a production grade data pipeline, and you will build these from scratch in this program. So every line of code, every configuration, every test, every DBT model, GitHub protocol, and at the end of it. So when interview asks you, have you worked on a real projects? Your answer is yes. Here is my GitHub. Here is the architecture. Here is the whole code. Here is the Lineage. So this is the difference between a candidate who gets hired and one who does not. Okay. Next, go to this another slide. Okay. So, so we're going to see some other top interview questions. So now let us talk about what happens when you sit in front of the interviewer in this program. So we have a bank of 500 plus interview questions. So, but today I'm going to give you six of the most common asked ones. So the exact answer that will impress any Snowflake interview. So question 1. So what is the difference between Snowflake stream and task? Okay, here see. What is the difference between stream and task? So a stream is a CDC mechanism. It records every DML change. A stream is a CDC mechanism. It records every DML change and insert, update, delete on a source table as an offset. It does not store the actual data. It stores what changed. A task is a scheduler. It executes SQL and a defined schedule when commands them. So task reads from stream. Task reads from stream. So process only new changes, new and a fully automated incremental pipeline. So with zero external orchestration tools. Okay. So write down the down, write the down. The answer will get you past around one at company. Okay. And question 2: how does Snowflake handle concurrency compared to traditional databases? So traditional databases have a single compute engine. High concurrency means resource contention, queries queue up, performance degrades, and Snowflake solve this with multi-cluster virtual warehouse. Each warehouse is independent compute cluster. You can create separate warehouse for ETL, for BI queries, for development. They run simultaneously with zero contentions. You can also set up multi-cluster warehouse that auto scale horizontally when query queue depth increases. Okay, this thing. And question 3, like explain DBT incremental models and when you use them. So answer like you need to do like this. Okay, a full tell you like this, or you can tell your own way. Okay, but follow me, it's going to be good. So after a full refresh, DBT model drops recreates the entire table every run. So for small tables, fine. For a table with 5 billion rows, not practical, but incremental model solve this by processing only new or change records. Even you define a filter typically on the updated timestamp, and DBT appends or omits only the data. So you use incremental models whenever full refresh is too slow or too expensive. Okay. So fourth one, what is zero copy cloning? So zero copy cloning allows you to create an instant clone of any Snowflake object, so table, schema, or entire database. So without physically duplicating data, Snowflake creates a new metadata pointed to the same micropartition. Storage only increases when you start modifying data in the clone. Primary use case create dev or test environments so that are fully sized copies of production instantly at zero cost. So how, high question, okay? So how does snowpipe work and what triggers it? So Snowpipe is a Snowflake continuous data ingestion service. When a little lands in S3 and C and SQS, even notification files, Snowpipe is listening for the configuration. Then it is executes a copy and statement. So in a micropath batch and loading only the new files, the result is data loading and in Snowflake within second of arriving in S3 without any manual. So trigger are external schedulers. Okay. And what is SCD type 2 and how it implement into? Okay. Like you need to say like is it type 2 slowly changing dimension type 2. So tracks the complete history of changes to a dimension record. You add three columns, so effective from date, effective to date, and it's a current flag. So when a record changes, you do not update it, you close the old record by setting effective to date to today and effective to today. Okay, and is current to false, and you insert a new record with the new ones, and it is a current as a true. And in dbt this is handled using the snapshot feature. Okay, you define a dbt snapshot and dbt manage all these AC type 2 largely automatically. And so uh, six questions totally. So six bulletproof answers in this program you will get. So 500 more for snowflake, dbt, AWS, Azure, AD for Python, all scenarios, all with model answers. Okay. Then go with other. Right. What you going to get here? Okay. See. So, just walk through it. Okay. This program actually includes six compressive modules. Okay. And 60 plus hours of training, and it will take more. And model one, SQL. Okay, and NoSQL foundations and basic to advanced. Okay, every SQL concept you need like window function, pivot, unpivot, query perform tuning, 17 topic like folders and hundreds of practice queries. Okay, not hundred, we have thousand. So next Snowflake core engineering and architect deep dive and data loading, unloading, enterprise scale, stream, stars, mobile, UDF, store procedures, dynamic tables, time travel, cloning. Third one topic topic folders, and next go with MySQL tables. So this is model 11 what the entire fee. Okay, and model 3. This DBT cloud transformation model sources, seeds, test document, lineage, snapshots for SC type 2, macros and Jinja templating and CI/CD with the GitHub Actions. Okay, and we have other things, macros, hooks, everything. And model 4, S3, Snowpipe integration, IAM, bucket policies, storage integration, simple kube service, SKS notification, end-to-end Snowpipe pipeline. And go with Azure ADF, like we're going to see copy activity. Azure ADF integration, ADF pipeline design, and copy activity Snowflake. So manage identity and source tokens, trigger based on orchestration. And model 6, Arctic and design administration enterprise design patterns like RBAC and row column security, custom application sanity, and performance tuning. Okay, it's okay, everything. So now the real products. So project one is UL healthcare pipelines. Everything I walked you through S3 Swamp Pipe Series, TBTC type 2 masking RBAC, full GitHub report, and project two Azure ADF sales integration, Azure 2, Snowflake pipeline, DBT models, full test suite, and sales reporting layer. And project three CDE e-commerce orders near real time order analytics, streams, task. Okay, and dynamic tables, so DBT incremental model. So you will have these three production quality projects on your GitHub profile. So when you complete this program and the support packages, like after you receive an offer letter, so I provide a third day hand holding support for 1,50,000 rupees. I set up your project with the new company. So I review your code, I help you understand the team's executing code base. I provide emergency support for production issues and for working professional who need help on the job. So weekly online support. So it is like 10K for weekly. And any Snowflake issue, DBT issue, LS issue. So you can text on 7 days a week on WhatsApp. Okay, and no. So I teach until you understand. So not until I finish the slides. If a concept needs to be explained 3 times, I will explain it 3 times. So you can see in my number in the group. So every day, you can pick in the WhatsApp. So I have some other video free videos on the YouTube. You can go with it. Go check now. Okay, check them right now. You have not any. You can search like time variant. So what's the quality? So what's the depth? This is the standard of teaching. Okay, you get in this program. Okay. So next we can go slide. What is this? Okay. So here what are you going to get? So we are at the end of the our 60 minutes together. So and I want to say something to you directly. So the data engineering industry is not waiting. So the Snowflake ecosystem is growing at 30% year on year. So DBT adoption doubled in the last 18 months. The companies hiring today will still be hiring 6 months from now, but they will be hiring from the pool of people, okay, who train today. So every day you delay is day, someone gets to get started. So I'm not asking to make it blindly. So I showed you the market analysis, okay, I showed you the architecture, I showed you the pipeline, I showed the answers you have been you see the depth. Okay, now the only question is, are you serious about your, okay, for the training? If you're interested, let me know. You can ping me and so everything. Okay, check the my YouTube, and I will give. Okay, if anyone interested, okay, just ping me. I will give the 30 days plan. So direct. So first go with the videos regarding previous batch recording. Second week go with the question and answers, and third week we apply. And fourth week I will give. I have connected with 180 companies from worldwide, so I will give references. It going to. So remember, interview scheduling is very easy. If you want to meet me, you can come to Chaitrapada Metro Station, LB Nagar area. So you can come to here, you can meet. Okay, go with my interview. And thank you, thank you. So anybody have any doubt regarding this session? Let me know. Shiva, so, anybody have doubt? Okay. If you have any doubt, you can ping me. Thank you.